This is Samuel Jacob Kirschner, voice of the Breeze, welcoming you to our Friday morning meditation hangout. Okay. Well, I got up early this morning as usual, and I did my usual morning practice, which for me comprises of walking to Medicine Square Park, this lovely park that's about 10 minutes from my house, and on the way getting a bran muffin and some tea and saying hi to the people who are hanging out at this time of the day, um, talking about 6:30, and exchanging a couple of words with Ali, my Afghani guy who I buy the bran muffin and the tea from, and then going into the park and doing my practice, which comprises of breathing, moving, dancing, doing all this with music, and mainly following the pace of my breath. This morning, it was kind of particularly special because last night I watched the Republican convention and I watched the speech that Donald Trump gave. And I noticed something very interesting. I don't have an easy time falling asleep. And there I was, like, I did a little work on myself before listening to the speech, i.e., following the pace of my breath and not being too much in my head. I have my opinions, of course. And I noticed something incredible that happened. I fell asleep. And I slept kind of, it was a sweet snooze. And when I woke up, I looked at it and it was still going on. It was sort of like a short snooze. But when I woke up, I felt free. And I felt free particularly of my opinions and criticism. And, I have a whole thing going on about Donald Trump. Who doesn't? And I was free of it. It was like, this man could be elected. And you know what? The world will go on. And if it doesn't, why should I torture myself? It was something that felt very good, very solid, grounded. It was different. I didn't feel this way before. It was more like I made space for the fact that this man could be elected. What do I know? And I stopped being in this position of knowing it all and, judging it and getting into this drama of like, oh my God, if he gets elected, I'm going to move out of this country. I don't know. I liked how I felt, and I still feel that way about it, is that, I know I'm not going to vote for him. I know how I feel about him, but it's not my job to judge and to actually kind of constrict my mind to the extent of saying, this cannot happen. And this is what I want to address maybe this morning in our practice is, what are the places in your life in which you come at what's happening in your life from a place of like, this cannot be happening. And of course, this cannot be happening to me. And this should not be happening. how does that play itself out in your life? What does that do for you? I mean, are you willing to examine it? That's really my question. That's the question of the breeze, of the practice of the breathe. How to examine certain things that are almost crazy glued to us, which, just the examining itself, which is the practice, can sometimes give you more space, more air, more of a breeze, and not be like walking around, so fixed, so rigid, so same old, no room for any space. So let's examine. Let's examine without judgment, compassionately, gently. Let's examine. You see my little finger here? That's the finger that got bashed in the car about 2 weeks ago, and it's healing now. And the way it's healing is that it's all black and it's going to have to grow. And my job has been to pay attention, pay compassionate attention to this, and not get into every time I see this like, oh my God, this shouldn't have happened. And I say, what has been incredibly helpful to me is to keep coming back to following the pace of my breath. I trust in that. So, let's start by, first I'm going to start and play some music here. And the music is the music of chimes. And these chimes are programmed to help you breathe about 5 breaths per minute. It's a slow down breathing that you just want to use as a reminder to breathe slower and with more ease. So breathe through the nose. All the breathing is happening through the nose if you can. Breathing in to the higher chime. Breathing out to the lower chime. In. Out. Okay, I don't want anybody who is listening and watching this to get into, I have to breathe 5 breaths per minute, so I'm going to struggle. The whole idea of this breathing is to lower, minimize the struggle with the breath. Ideally, we can get to a pace of breathing in which we are one with the breath, allowing the breath to breathe us rather than imposing, controlling. This is not about controlled breathing. It's about conscious, coherent breathing. Good. And now I would like you to accompany your breathing with some shaking. So allow the shaking to emerge from inside you, from the breath. And it's called shaking like a hummingbird and awakening. Because like a hummingbird, we're not doing it from ego and muscles. we are allowing the energy, the breath, to shake us. And then it's a whole different thing. It's like a dance. We are not the choreographer. The breath is. So invite your whole body to shake. And now shift into flowing. You see, I'm doing it spontaneously. Of course, I've been doing it for 100 years. So just allowing the breath to activate the movement and to harmonize it with the sound of the music. So it is really a flow, flowing like a river and letting go of struggling. That's the key instruction, is let go of struggle with yourself, with your life. Nice. Nice. Nice to enjoy it. And from this flow, we are preparing to stand or sit like a tree. Standing would be more like this, with your knees bent and your hands open, your shoulders relaxed, being in an open position here of sitting or standing or lying like a tree, and making space. Breathing love, allowing the breath to go to all the places in your body that are feeling achy, tense, strained, or numb. Opening the heart and having compassion for yourself, for whatever it is that you're struggling with. Nothing barred. Compassion. And now I'm going to shift into something different. Walking.
Observe me, says the breath, and learn to live effortlessly in the present moment.
You can visualize it too.
Feel me, says the breath, and feel the ebb and flow of life. Allow me, says the breath, and I'll sustain and nourish you, filling you with energy and cleansing you of tension and fatigue.
Walking meditation.
Move with me, says the breath, and I'll invite your soul to dance. Make sounds with me and I shall teach your soul to sing. Follow me, says the breath, and I'll lead you out to the farthest reaches of the universe and inward to the deepest parts of your inner world. Notice, says the breath, that I am as valuable to you coming or going, that every part of my cycle is as necessary as another, that after I'm released, I return again and again, that even after a long pause, moments when nothing seems to happen, eventually I'm there. Each time I come, says the breath, I'm a gift from life. And yet, I am released without regret, without suffering, without fear. Notice how you take me in, says the breath. Is it with joy, with gratitude? Do you take me in fully? Invite me into all the inner spaces of your home, or carefully into just the front foyer. What places in you am I not allowed to nourish? And notice, says the breath, how you release me. Do you hold me prisoner in closed up places in the body? Is my release resisted, or do you let me go reluctantly, not easily? And are you my waves of breath, of life, as gentle as a quiet sea, softly smoothing sandy stretches of yourself, or anxious, urgent, choppy waves, or the crashing tumult of a stormy sea? And can you feel me as the link between your inner and outer worlds, suggests the breath. Feel me as life's exchange between the universe and you? The universe breathes me into you. You send me back to the universe. I am the flow of life between every single part and the whole. Your attitude to me, says the breath, is your attitude to life. Welcome me. Embrace me fully. Let me nourish you completely. Then set me free. Move with me. Dance with me. Sing with me. Sigh with me. Love me. Trust me. Don't try to control me. I am the breath. Life is the musician. You are the flute, and music, creativity depends on all of us. You are not the creator, nor the creation. We are all parts of the process of creativity. You, life, and me, the breath. Let us play together and rejoice, for creativity is magic, and magic is change, appearance, disappearance. It is all a wonderful illusion. Since everything is but an apparition, perfect in being what it is, having nothing to do with good or bad, acceptance or rejection, one may well burst out into laughter.
And we are now switching naturally to dancing. Dancing to celebrate this moment of our lives. So I wonder, can you trust how you're feeling right now? Can you see that how you're feeling right now, following the pace of the breath, taking care of yourself does not necessarily take away from what you have to do in the world, how you feel about the elections or anything. If anything, I'm going to say it for myself, which is why I'm doing this and why I am sharing this and why I'm on a mission about this, is it's a shift in the brain. It's a rewiring of the brain. It is tapping into love, the consciousness of love. And life is very different when we come at it with love or with fear. Obviously, there's a lot to say about this, but I just wanted to give you a sample of the Breaze, which is the practice I use primarily to keep negativity, depression, stress and anxiety out of my house, my inner house. It's my natural antidepressant to connect to the joy I was born with. And it's always there. It's always there waiting to be invited, waiting to be tapped into, waiting to be accessed. And we also call it sometimes breath intelligence. It's another kind of intelligence. It does not contradict the others. You don't have to give up the others. And yet, you at any time with this practice can tap into that when you choose, when you know that maybe this is not good for me, this is not kind to me, it's not gentle, it's scary, it's not something I can trust. It's really trusting your intuition, yourself, sufficiently to know how do you want to live your life rather than be imposed, be told how. I hope I'm not telling you how to live your life. I'm really sharing with you what's been working for me, which I'm so grateful for, because the other way was it got me very close to the edge of not wanting to keep going on like that anymore. So, just to let you know about a couple of things before we say adieu. This event that we do every Friday morning, which is part of the Breeze community, can be accessed on YouTube, and it's a live stream, and you can also access it through my website, www.thebreeze.com, BREAZE. Go to the Gym for the Soul, and in the Gym for the Soul, this video is going to be available for viewing until next week and even later. I see that our time is really almost up. I want to let you know that I'm going to be in Kripalu this coming Thursday, the 28th, as part of the teacher's training of Dr. Richard Brown and Dr. Gerbag. And I will be presenting an evening of the Breeze from 7:30 to 9 o'clock. And we are working on a very exciting webinar called The Artists of Living. And it will be a weekly series featuring live stream teachings and interactive question and answers and takeaway lessons designed to hone your ability to follow the pace of the breath and to apply it to your life. And we are in the process with the wonderful help and assistance and inspiration of some wonderful people. I'm just going to mention Jeremy Johnson and Richard Lovejoy and Rose Caulfield and Keith Steyer and Quinn. I want to thank you all and wish you all a day filled with joy, oxygen, presence, and ease. This is Samuel Jacob Kirschner, voice of the Breeze. I'll see you next week, next Friday, hopefully. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.